Welcome to Joyful Jen Yoga. Today's practice will be a gentle flow. We'll start by doing a little bit of heart opening, hopefully to release maybe some of the stress that we're all feeling right now. Let yourself kind of open and be ready to receive. And then we'll move a little bit through some flowing hands and knees postures, like doing standing poses but on our knees. So we'll play with that a bit. I hope you enjoy. So we'll start by taking our blocks and placing one on the highest height and the other on the medium height. And we'll take the blocks right underneath the shoulder blades, right at the base of the shoulder blade. And then the other block can come to rest underneath your head. Now you might find that that's perfect for you. I find that I have to let the block go down to the medium height, and that works just right for me. So options for what you could do with your head. No. Options for what you could do with your feet. You could have your knees bent and kind of placing your knees toward one another, toward midline. You could extend your legs long if you'd like. Or if you want to bring your feet together and let your knees separate, that's also an option. So as you find your just right place, be sure that the block is indeed underneath your shoulder blades and not on your low back. So it feels like your heart and your chest is lifted. And then let your hands just rest at your sides, palms face up if that feels okay. And we'll begin to connect to our breath. You can let your eyes be soft here. Letting your breath move in and out through your nose. Committing to letting your breath expand your ribs. Feeling your deepest breath here. Maybe counting on inhale so that your breath lasts for 4 to 6 counts. And then maybe letting your exhale be just a count longer. You might find it interesting to have a pause, breathing in for a count of 4 or 5, holding at the top of your inhale. And then exhale, letting it go. Just notice how your body responds as you start to deepen your breath. Take 3 more inhales and exhales here. And if your legs are extended, go ahead and bend your knees. And then gently roll to whichever side you'd like. Take the gentlest of tucks to your chin. And then use your hands to help guide your body back up. And then we'll come to a seat. So if you want to prop yourself up on a block, or a block or a blanket, you could. And we'll take our hands down to our lap and just start to circle the torso around a little bit. Noticing if you can feel some more movement around your shoulder blades, kind of the back of the heart. Notice if there's spaces that maybe you haven't felt in a while. And then pause, circle in the other direction. And then find your way back to center. We'll inhale, arms up overhead, and then exhale, arms out like a cactus. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale through center, twist to the left, but let your right hand come down onto your knee. Sweep your left arm back, maybe finding your sacrum with your back of your hands, or find the right hip crease. Steady breath in, steady breath out. And look forward, keep your right hand where it is. Sweep your left arm all the way up and over. Inhale, reach all the way back up to the sky with both hands. And exhale, arms out like a cactus again. Inhale for lift, exhale, twist to the right. And then left hand comes down, right arm sweeps back, and you find that hip. Notice how your shoulders feel in this twist. Be sure that you don't go too far with that half bind. Be reasonable with the boundaries you set for your body. And looking forward, let the right arm reach up and sweep up overhead. Inhale all the way back up, both arms stretch up, and then exhale, arms out like a cactus. One last time here, we'll inhale, open our heart, and then exhale, just round it and squeeze everything in towards center. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it all in. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Releasing your hands down, send your legs out in front of you, take a moment to give them a little wiggle, and then we'll draw our legs back behind us, coming into all fours. I always like to pat up my knees. You can certainly not do that if it doesn't make you happy. And then coming into all fours, we'll inhale, pull heart forward, and then exhale, round, look toward the navel. Inhale, heart draws forward, open front body. Exhale, round it in. One more time here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, find neutral, engage your core. Send your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes and start to press your heel back. Inhale through center, float the right leg up, left arm stretches forward. Take an inhale, exhale, left elbow to your knee under your body. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, elbow to knee under your body. Inhale, reach out. One more time, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch it out, release your hand. Start to take your right leg out to the side and land your right foot. Keep the leg straight for a moment. And then we'll walk our hands forward, melting chest down. Steady heart opening breath here. Letting your hands come back underneath your shoulders and then starting to bend your knee. Let your right toes point out to the side, and you might find that it would be useful or beneficial in your practice to have hands on blocks here. We'll just start to move a little side to side. Notice what that feels like. And then when you feel stable, we'll walk our hands all the way up and then extend the arms out to the side as though you were in warrior two, but with your knee down. Take an inhale here. Exhale, right elbow light on the right thigh. Left arm sweeps up overhead. Think about stretching long through the side body, but at the same time, stay connected to your side body so your left ribs pull slightly towards your hips. Inhale draws you back up to that knee down warrior two, and then take one of your blocks maybe into your left hand as we land the left hand and sweep the right arm up overhead, getting into that side body. And keep a nice bend in your right knee. And then on your next inhale, come all the way back up through center. Take your hands down to the mat and send your right leg straight back behind you. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, arms sweep up. Take a hold of your left wrist, lift and lengthen, and lean gently to the right side of your space. Inhale up through center. Exhale, hands touch down. Remember, they can be on blocks here. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Left hand stays on the earth, right arm reaches up. Take an inhale. Exhale, right hand touches down, and then take a big step to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, soften into the fold. Soften your knees as you inhale and reach your arms all the way up, and take your hands down to heart. Interlace your fingers here, press your palms forward, round your upper back, and then inhale, stretch your arms up, find length, lean over to the right side. Inhale up through center. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, hands to heart. Rooting into your right foot, hug your left knee into your chest. Notice how balance feels here. Take an inhale. And exhale, soften that knee down and switch sides. Root into your left foot, hug the right knee in. Full breath in. And exhale, release that down too. Arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your left foot back. Lower your left knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Stay here. Reach the left arm forward and the right arm back if that feels okay. And then look forward. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands touch down. Tuck your back toes and step back to downward facing dog, and just take a moment to walk out the back of the body. Notice your calves, your hamstrings, backs of the knees. We'll take an inhale. And exhale, find stillness. Let your knees come down to the ground. Send the left leg straight back behind you. Right arm reaches forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee under your body. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. One more time, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch it out. Land your hand. Send your left leg out to the side. Notice how that feels, and then walk your fingertips forward. Melt your heart down. On your next inhale, walk your hands under your shoulders. Bend into your left knee. Again, if it helped to have hands on blocks, please offer that up. Start to just move a little into that left knee. So you're kind of leaning in and pulling away, noticing how the inner thighs feel. And then finding your way back to center. Find that stability in your shape. You could start with hands to hips. Maybe extend your arms out. Take a breath in, and then on exhale, allow your left elbow to come down to your left thigh. Right arm reaches up. Stay connected here through side body as you experience the stretch and opening. Steady breath in and out through the nose. Inhale, come back up to warrior two, and then your right hand touch down, either onto a block or the earth. Keep the bend in the left knee as you reach your left arm up overhead. Inhale, gently draw your way back up and slide the blocks off of your space, and then send the left leg straight back. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the left foot lightly between your hands. Inhale, arms reach up. Find that right wrist. Lengthen and lean to the left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, hands touch the earth. Tuck your right toes. Root into your right hand and then twist. Left arm stretches up to the sky. Full inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down to the earth. Look forward, a big step to the top of your space. Inhale for length. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up overhead. And exhale, hands to hearts. This time, interlace fingers and release your index fingers. Inhale, lift all the way up, find length and lean to the left. If it would feel good, soften that left knee and step back with your right leg to maybe increase that stretch through the right side psoas a little bit. Come all the way back through to center and then leaning to the right, bending into the right knee. The left foot could step back and behind. Inhale up through center, exhale, hands to heart. Rooting into your right foot again, spreading the toes, energizing through the hip. Hug your left knee into your chest. And then start to play with opening your knee out to the side, but keeping the right hip facing forward. The foot could land on your calf or maybe your inner thigh. And then imagine, sounds weird, but imagine that you're moving your organs a little bit to the right and really feel connected through the right side of your core. Arms could stretch up. Notice if you're working really hard through the little muscles of your feet and try to really activate through your core and maybe that right under glute that we've been talking a lot about lately. Full breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Draw that left knee back in and release. Give everything a good little shake. And then root into the left foot. Start to play with lifting the right knee up. Find that balance point. Engage around your hips. And then think about opening the right knee out without making everything like this big opening. Like make it a little bit more subtle. And then slide that right foot to wherever it lands naturally. And then again, that idea that you're engaging more through the left side of your abdomen, even if you're not. Maybe arms stretch up. Maybe you look up. What would happen if you closed your eyes? I bet I'll fall. Take a breath in. And out, hands to heart. Maybe finding a little squeeze of the knee and then release it all out. Give it all a good shake. Inhale at the top of the mat, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, lengthen and step your right foot back behind you. Right knee lowers down to the ground. Inhale, we reach our arms up in that knee down lunge and then sweeping your right arm forward, left arm back if it feels okay. Looking forward, arms reach up. Hands touch down and then we'll tuck back toes and step back to downward facing dog. Again, being in movement or being in stillness, do what makes sense for your body. And then slowly lower your knees down to the ground. Keep your toes tucked and then see if you can kind of help to tuck your pinky toes if they feel like they don't really like to stay tucked. And we'll take our hands to heart. Now notice if this is really intense for the feet. It's really good for the feet, but notice if it feels really intense. So stay here or walk your weight a little bit off of your heels so that makes it a little bit softer. Or if you want to make it more of a flow so it's not just this intense sensation, you may inhale, reach arms up, and then exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Stay for another steady breath. Notice sensation. And then let your hands come down and then pat the tops of your feet out. Boston, that's weird. Is that weird? I know. You're so cute. And then as you feel ready, we'll shift our hips to one side and lower into a seated position. You might find having a blanket underneath your sits bones is useful here. And then we'll play with a little bit of hips and a little bit of taking care of our feet as well. So just have your left knee bent, and then think about taking your right leg almost like you were going to come into a double pigeon, but I really don't care like where your leg lands. Just kind of notice, and you can always extend the left leg out as well. We're just going to circle out through the right ankle. Now that might be your shape, that might be what you're doing. I find it more comfortable to have the knee bent underneath, but that's me. So do what works in your body. Now this is not enjoyable to me, but I know it's probably very good for my feet. So the fun thing is to try to see if your fingers would fit in between your toes. So we're stretching all those muscles in our toes that we don't think a lot about usually. And then with that, with your fingers interlaced with your toes, can you circle your ankle out a bit? And then circle in the other direction. And it feels a little weird, or a lot of weird as it were, but notice what shows up, and then kind of point and flex your ankles a little. Good. And then relax, give it a shake, give your toes a little wiggle, and then send both legs out. Release that. So you can keep the right leg straight and cross the left leg over if you want. You can also, of course, prop up the knee if that would feel supported. So take good care of your body. And for me, it just feels more stable to have my knees bent. So if the fingers between the toes is just too weird, feel free to circle out the ankle. But if you want to play with this, the fingers kind of interlace between your toes. Some toes are more willing for that sensation than others. And then start to circle out the ankle. You might feel some interesting residual feelings in the other foot. And then circle in the other direction. I always get excited when I go to get a pedicure and they don't have to put the little like toe separator in. It makes me feel like I have really good yogi toes. Small victories. Take another breath. And then maybe point and flex the ankle a few times. And then relax. Let your fingertips shake out, let your toes shake out, and kind of give everything a good wiggle. Now, option here to use your blocks again, or not, again, whatever feels better. We'll take our feet into Baddha Konasana, knees separate, feet together, and then with your thumbs, can you start to trace from your heel to your big toe and down, like little squeezes all the way up through your instep to your big toe, and then squeeze from your second toe down back to your heel. You're making little lines here, just giving yourself a little self-love, appreciating your body, little thumb presses along the soles of your feet all the way to your toes. And then you can maybe make those little squeezes travel up through your calves. Maybe flat palms, circle out around the knees, inviting more blood flow. Squeezes up your inner thighs. And then taking soft fists and just kind of circling out your low back, right around your kidney area. And then sweep all of that off of the mat, extend your legs, and then find one of your blocks. We'll make our way onto our back body. And then when you arrive, slide your block underneath your pelvis. So be sure that it's right underneath your pelvis, not under your low back. And we'll send our feet up to the sky. So anytime we can get our legs up above our head, it's really good for our immune system. You might continue to play with pointing and flexing your ankles, or stillness might be exactly what you need. You can always do this up against the wall, but taking some time here to release your torso, to let your legs maybe get that feeling of lightness. Steady breath in. Steady breath out. And then hugging knees into your chest. Know you can always return to that shape throughout the day. You can slide the block out from underneath you. And just pause with your knees bent, feet as wide as the mat, and knees knocked in towards center. From here, feel free to make your way into a happy baby shape, maybe moving a little side to side if you'd like. Or you can find your way right to Shavasana, laying all the way out, relaxing. Or if you'd prefer, you might come to a seated meditation. So do what makes sense for your body. And then as you find your just right position, start to soften your eyes closed. Feel your body breathing again. Noticing the spaces in your body that might feel a little bit more open. Notice where there's connection. Notice where there isn't connection. Steady breath in and out through your nose. Allow yourself to be soft and supported here. Let your mind focus on your inhales and your exhales. Let go of whatever else might be held in your mind right now. Let it be quiet. Take time for you, moving in your body, attending to your breath, taking time to relax. All of those things are so important for a healthy immune system. Staying in your Shavasana or your meditation for as long as you'd like. Or bowing your forehead to your fingertips in gratitude. I wish you abundant joy.